So day 37 has just got underway from Lizard and day 34 from Land's End. Bit of light rain, bit of a shame really because it's only just started when I set out. It's not supposed to linger for much longer, like maybe an hour or two, and then it's going to be hopefully a fairly dry day from then on. But I just can't wait around 2 hours. I've got a fairly big day today. Going to try and make it as far as Stonehouse, which makes the next day manageable into Glasgow. So just hopefully 2 more days now of road walking, and then I hit the trails, so I can't wait. I've really enjoyed the last few days, especially the people I've met, but it's time to do some, time to get off the roads. So day 37 stroke 34 is underway. So immediately crossing the motorway. The rain really is quite light, so fingers crossed it'll just disappear. Then the next hour or two won't get too heavy. So good to see my sister and brother-in-law last night. It was really good of them to drive across, and not far from Glasgow now. It's Tuesday morning. I think it's the 15th of July, and I left at around about 7:50 this morning, so a reasonable start. Almost immediately there's a cycle path which has taken me straight off the road. That's a really good start to the day. Already seems to be a very quiet road. It's a B road, haven't passed a car yet, and long may that continue. I think this takes me away from the motorway too, which is a good thing. Quite exposed out here. There's very little shelter by the look of things. There's a little pub down there. I'm just going to have to keep my fingers crossed it doesn't get too heavy. Rain's getting a little bit heavier, and I think I can see a little building ahead. Maybe I'll just head there and just shelter for a little while, because this is supposed to blow away. Really nice to have a bit of peace and quiet away from the motorway as well. Rain's still coming out. I've not come across the truck stop yet, the hotel, whoever it was that was advertised, but not too wet at the moment. So we'll keep plodding on. Funny thing, I'd forgotten all about the motorway and it's just appeared. Can't hear it. But the road by the side of where I am has been very quiet. There's a car coming now, but this little cycle pathway is brilliant. Not a single person or bikes past me, and I'm getting close to 3 miles into today, so I feel like I've got my own personal little pathway as I head towards Glasgow, and I should hit Glasgow tomorrow. Tonight I've been offered accommodation from a New Zealander who I've known for many years from back home, Sue, who lives over here now in Sanquhar. Seems an unusual place name in Scotland. I wonder what the origin of that is. That's past some wind farms to the west. That's a funny little place in the middle of nowhere. It's a place called John Crawford, that's the name of the village. So my luck finally ran out after about 10-11 k's. Started to rain, a little bit heavier. It's not supposed to last too long though, so there's not much shelter where I'm standing. I might just push on a little bit and see if I can find somewhere better. Phone's going away now in the dry bag. Light rain there for about an hour and a half actually. It looks dark over there. That's where I'm heading. Hopefully that'll blow over. Managed to find a little services and shelter. A little bit of brunch, and on we go. Wow, 30 miles since Beatock already. Very close to Moffat. And 11 miles today. Gosh. It's raining again. Too bad I'm losing friend. But at least I found some shelter. Yeah, unfortunately, the forecast, which was rain stopping around about 9-10 this morning, has now changed to pretty much rain all day. So I'm just going to have to guts this out. There's no point on just hiding here for an hour hoping it will stop, because it just isn't. And I've just got to push on. Goodness, that was the first person who has stopped and offered me a lift since I left Land's End. How cool was that? Really nice of her. Pulled over and said, please let me give you a lift. But I can't take it, unfortunately. So the rain's got a bit heavier and a bus stop appeared. So I've taken the shelter while I can. And I just hope a bus doesn't come. So the rain's coming and going, just at a brief stop, which is great. I've got close to the motorway again, unfortunately. But I've made good progress today. And the Google Maps keeps sending me on a long-winded sort of route, but I'm taking the cycle lane again. So I'm not quite sure why that is. I hope I'm not going to get turned back here somewhere, but we shall see. Fingers crossed. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you've had to hide away for so long. I don't know why I've suddenly started singing on these videos. It's really quite odd. It's probably a little bit of a concern. But yeah, I guess that's what happens when you solo walk for a long time. A little bit of a break in the rain, which is nice. It's nice and cool. Really can't complain. It's never been heavy, the rain. It's just been on and off, and I've had a good 20 minutes or so without. So the phone has come back out of the dry bag. Alton, and they thrive on safe driving too. That's a coincidence. Lots of other places do since I've been passing in Scotland. Not really sure how to pronounce. Lesmahagao, maybe? So I've done 15 miles today, and it's only 1:15, and that has put me in the ballpark now for possibly making Mulgai, which is the starting point for the West Highland Way, by tomorrow night. It's been a good shift today despite the weather. So I'm going to push on, and I'm going to bypass Stonehouse and aim for Larkhall as a stopping point tonight. So following Google Maps, it took me on a slight detour, which added what appeared to be 3.5 miles approximately onto the day. So I ignored it and followed the cycle path, and sure enough, it's taken me way closer to Glasgow and a lot quicker. Just awesome. Feels like I won the lottery. I feel like a meerkat who thought there was a lion coming, and when it came, it was actually a plastic lion. It wasn't a real one. And he was able to go home and see his family without being eaten. So I'm bypassing Stonehouse, going to Larkhall, and I'm about 6 miles short of Larkhall, and I really should make it. And that puts me within, as I mentioned on the previous clip, well within distance of Mulgai tomorrow. So it's going well. It's not rained for a couple of hours either. It's looking a bit dark, but we'll just keep pushing on. Make hay while the sun shines. Kirkmuir Hill. As soon as I took my jacket off, it started pouring, so my luck's run out. I'm just sheltering at a petrol station and keeping my fingers crossed. A little bit brighter over there, so let's hopefully it will pass over. I think the forecast though is for rain this afternoon, so let's see how things work out. Persisted for a long time. It's brightened up a little bit now, and now that it's got a little bit lighter, the rain, but had to come off the road to Larkhall. It just wasn't safe, no footpath, and that's the reason why the cycle path is come down a country lane. So I'm following the cycle path, which is a long-winded way, and that's disappointing because it means it's going to be an extra couple of miles. So I don't feel like the meerkat on the previous slide anymore. Passed a little bull who was loose on the road. Couldn't video because it was too wet to bring the electrics out, but the farmer knew about it, so that was all good. And yeah, on we go. So I think it's looking very much like I'm going to skirt past Stonehouse and try to get to Larkhall. If there's another downpour, I'll just stop at Stonehouse, which is a couple of miles away. Stonehouse. Pretty much been raining for the last hour. It's lightened off a little bit. I'm about 3.5 miles from Larkhall. So about 3 miles from Larkhall, going over a cool little bridge with lots of water running downstream, and we all know where that's coming from, don't we? Yes, we do, don't we? And Larkhall is to the right. So climb sharply to that little hedgerow. Heads over towards the left there. Just what you need after just over 34 k's. Started to rain again. Moderate rain, I would call it. But very safe coming this back road. Much safer than it would have been on the Carlisle road. But much longer, unfortunately. Got 2 k's to go. Just saw a little hare just jump into the field just a moment ago. Just pop over for the blind corner. Goodness me, I'm pretty sure that's not still functional. Welcome to Larkhall, the end of today's journey. And look at this, just to greet me. Road closed, and I'm going to sneak around here, that's for sure. Probably being watched. And here we go. So the next stop tomorrow will be Hamilton. So I'm going to make a mark down here to finish the day off very shortly. So wet and miserable Larkhall is where today's journey finishes. Todd and Sue have come to meet me, and I'm going to take my mark at this bus stop. And after 40.1 k's and 25 miles today, it's been the biggest day on trail. Really big day today. And was picked up by Todd and Sue, and hi. Emma is here also, and Todd has cooked this amazing. Emma, you probably have as well.
I did nothing to cook it, and I'm just enjoying eating it.
Indeed. So it's full of pasta, it's full of carbohydrates and protein. Thanks, Todd. And thank you for picking me up today in Larkhall of all places. Not Larkhall. Larkhall. And giving me a history lesson on the relevance of the place. And great company. Really appreciate you hosting me, and thank you very much.
Pleasure.
All good. More than welcome.
So massive day today. Over 40 k's and around about 25 miles. The biggest day on the trail so far, and particularly tough with the rain, which was more than half the day, but got there in the end, and I've made it a little bit easier for getting into Mulgai tomorrow. Wonderful to catch up with Sue and Todd and Emma, who made me very, very welcome, and I cooked a lovely meal. So thanks heaps for that. And I've got one more day to get now to Mulgai, the north of Glasgow, which should set me up for the West Island Way. So that was day 37 from Lizard Point and day 34 from Land's End.